Hey boo, welcome home. So today we are doing a pick a card reading for you, and this pick a card topic is going to be divided in two parts. The part one will be available on Patreon, which is how does your shadow side perceive you? How does your dark side perceive you? Okay. And this reading is going to be a pick a card topic about how does your higher self see you? Okay. So you have three options in front of you: pile one, pile two, pile three. Pick and choose whichever option is pulling you the most towards it, and then we will dive into your reading. Check out the description box for all the details as to my exclusive content available on Patreon. You can also check out my PayPal in case you wish to donate to my channel. You can also check out my Etsy wishlist or my Amazon wishlist in case you would like to donate to this channel and send gifts my way. Alright. So there's another announcement that I would like to make today is that it's a beautiful day because it's been 3 days since I have bought a new table for me, and this is a table that I bought from the hard-earned money that I have earned out of my YouTube channel, which is with the help of you guys, with the help of your support and love, as well as with the help of my Patreon collective. So thank you so much for trusting in me, for having faith in my passion, for believing in my passion and supporting my passion. I hope that I can bring you a lot of clarity in your life through this channel, through this table, and you're going to see it in the reading today. So I'm very, very excited to do this reading for you. The part two of this reading, which is the uh, how does your shadow side see you, will be available in the description box below. So you can click the link to access the Patreon, to sign up for the membership of my Patreon for exclusive content. All right. So I'll see you in your piles and peace. Alright, so pile 1. For those of you who chose pile 1, I'm just going to use some protection mist and road opening mist for myself just to clear the energies. Okay, and if you want to learn how to make this mist that is made by me, you can check out the alchemist tier on my Patreon. Alright, so let's dive in. Pile 1. Let's see, how does your higher self perceive you? Pile 1. Okay. How does pile one's higher self perceive pile one spirit? We have true love, we have loving man, interesting, okay. Oh, there's another card that fell out. We have optimism. All right, let's get a few more from this deck. How does your higher self perceive you? We have conflict, okay, and at the bottom of the deck we have professional assistance. Okay, so pile 1. How does your higher self perceive you? Your higher self perceives you as someone who is very, very passionate at whatever it is that they do. Okay. There's a lot of energy within you, a lot of motivation to get things done when you are after those things. I feel like there's someone who is really, really fond of you, and their higher self is coming through in your reading right now. And they are kind of interrupting this reading, I'm not gonna lie. Alright. Like, I wanted to speak to you about how your higher self sees you, and here I have a person whose higher self is coming through to give you roses, like letting you know that their higher self wants to give you this message from them that they miss you or that they want to see you again. Okay, so now this, I'm not going to let this turn into a love reading because of this person. All right, pile 1, you let me know if you have someone like this, like, wow, okay, this person is really, really fond of you, but regardless, we're not talking about this person right now. They're really distracting me. I'm not even gonna lie to you. Okay, but regardless, how does your higher self see you? I feel like your higher self sees you as someone who's very, very loving, very caring. You have a very kind and gentle heart towards people. I feel like you're very generous as well. Pile 1. You're someone who would give the shirt off your back for someone who may be feeling cold one day, and it's like, I feel like your body just moves is what I'm hearing, like your body just moves. You don't have time to think, like there's an impulse that comes about when you know that you have to help someone or you have to um, take care of someone. Like your body just moves involuntarily is what I'm hearing. Like it's just second nature to you, and your higher self sees you as that. Your higher self sees how big of a heart you have, okay, how loving you are, how kind you are to people, how much of positivity and joy you bring in people's lives when you are in their lives. I feel like without you, there's no sunshine, pile one, right? And your higher self is so, so proud of you, and they are coming through to tell you that whatever you are doing, keep doing that. Wherever you're heading, keep going there, okay? I feel like there's been a lot of conflict and challenges that you have had to face, especially when it comes to this bright, optimistic attitude that you have had. And I feel like no matter what life throws at you, you always tend to see the glass half full, right? You're that kind of a person, and your higher self loves that about you. I feel like this is the reason why you have not been able to be broken down by people who probably always have wanted conflict with you but pretended like they cared for you or loved you or were generous to you, okay? People in your life who were generous to you at one point in time had ulterior motives, and you have been able to see through that. But even though you saw through that, I feel like there's a sense of optimism and a sense of joy that cannot be stolen from you, because that's just who you are. You're born that way. Pile one, you know. And I feel like people who don't want to see you happy and succeed, they hate that about you, right? So part two of this reading will be very interesting for you, because that will be how your shadow side sees you, right? Um, which will be available on my Patreon. But according to your higher self, I feel like your higher self sees you as someone who always also gives people the benefit of the doubt. I feel like you are someone who always likes to see the best in people, always believes the best in people. And I feel like this is why there's so many blessings that are on its way to you, especially professionally. Pile one is what your higher self is coming through to tell you. I feel like you could meet someone while you are at your job or at your workspace. You could meet someone through work who genuinely falls in love with you. Like this would be true love is what's coming through, okay? Or this could be someone that's already in your life. This is a confirmation that this relationship is going to go the long haul. And for others of you who are single right now, your higher self is coming through to tell you that if you have had a lot of conflicts and battles in relationships, and you have always had to stay optimistic, and you have always had to, you know, think positively about yourself and about keeping your vibrations high and making sure that you're manifesting what's in alignment with you and what's your highest timeline. I feel like all of those days of labor are about to give you its fruits, is what's coming through, okay? So any time like you've had to face conflict and challenges by people closest to you, or people even at your profession who didn't want you to shine or didn't want you to have your own day, right? I feel like that's coming to an end is because of the way that you handled yourself during the tough and challenging times. You still had a generous heart. You still had a loving and a kind heart. And that's how your higher self also sees you, pile one. And your higher self loves rewarding you, because at the end of the day, it's like you both are like in a tag team. And sometimes you take over, sometimes your higher self takes over. But whenever you are going through those challenges and your higher self sees you struggling, and yet you do not give up, like that's how your higher self sees you, that no matter what, you always give people the benefit of the doubt, or you know that something good is around the corner, or you always see the silver lining in things, is what's coming through. No matter how difficult the terrain, no matter how difficult or tough the challenges ahead of you or the obstacles in front of you, you're someone who is always tag teaming with your higher self. And this is something that your higher self loves about you, okay? and your higher self is here to give you your flowers and your fruits right here, right now. Okay, so let's get a bit more on this. How does pile one's higher self see pile one? Some of you are very, very studious, or you love reading books, or you could be studying currently, or you could be requiring some professional assistance very soon. And I feel like your higher self is sending someone your way, and this someone could turn into someone special. You never know, okay? Or this could be someone that's already on your mind, and you think of them a lot. Like this person keeps you optimistic, this person keeps you going, is what I'm hearing. You could share like a bond with this person, like a telepathic bond. You feel like this is true love, pile one? I'm here to confirm, yes, it is. If you feel like there has been a conflict between you and somebody, there has been a misunderstanding between you and somebody, I feel like your higher self is confirming that that is going to resolve itself. And it's because of your optimism and because of what you're manifesting based on how you are using the law of assumption in your favor is what's coming through. Okay, so keep doing what you're doing. That's what your higher self is coming through to tell you. Okay, something about also you romanticizing your life. So some of you are learning that, or some of you need to learn that. Okay, so for example, taking yourself out on dates, or buying your favorite flowers, or you already do this. Okay, some of you could do it um, for basically increasing certain uh, energies of planets around you or within you as well. Okay, and keep doing that. Okay, it's definitely helping you attract a person in your life. Now if some of you have manifested someone or a person in your love life, they are coming as well. Okay, so keep doing what you're doing. Okay, this person is coming towards you. So give me more. Also, your higher self is coming through to tell you that you deserve true love in this life. Okay, and you're going to have true love in this life. Pile one. That's confirmed right here. Okay, so clarify this true love, spirit. Clarify this true love for pile. We have patience. Yeah, I think you've been very patient for this. And that's also how your higher self sees you, is that you're not someone who's going to get cranky because you're not getting the love of your life, or you're not going to abandon yourself because your love life is not happening or it's boring, right? You're someone who practices a lot of patience, and this is why your rewards are coming in, is because you not only work with the law of assumption, but you also hold the divine timing into account. And that's so interesting, that's so beautiful, pile one. Okay, and that requires a certain level of also trying and testing, which will eventually achieve mastery. Okay, is what's coming through. So yeah, and this is how you will be also able to manifest the things that you want in your life, is what's coming through. Okay, so give me more on the loving man here. What's the loving man? We have the broken heart. Okay, let's clarify a bit more. Tell me about optimism, spirit. What's this optimism? We have healer of the ages. And what's this conflict? We have attachment. Okay, yeah, so at the bottom of the deck we have man holding a coin. Okay, all right, so pile one, how does your higher self see you? Your higher self sees you as someone who, like I said, has been very, very patient when it comes to attracting that soulmate, that true love in your life. And for you to develop that level of patience, you've also had to go through a very, very tough time in your love life, a very challenging time in your love life. You could have been cheated by someone in your past, a past lover of yours, an ex, someone who could have put you in a third party situation. This person could have pretended to be in love with you or pretended to be your true love, but this is someone who actually cheated on you, or this person could have lied to you, this person could have backstabbed you in some way, shape, or form. And you realize that you had to actually heal from them because you were so attached to this person, right? And the more you attached yourself to this person, the more conflict started rising up, because this person wanted to have complete control over you, complete control over either your finances or what it is that you wanted to accomplish. Okay. And you had to heal from this person, like you had to let go of this person, and it was very, very painful for you, right? Some of you could have had to hire professional assistants to literally do this, right? Or some of you could be in the process of doing this, because there's someone who could be I'm getting like quite obsessed with you in that way, like they do not want to let you go. Okay. And I feel like you also hold a level of emotional attachment to this person, to the point where you could be battling yourself sometimes as to whether you are being a bad person for letting them go, or you must be horrible because you're doing this to this person. But then what about what this person did to you? Pile one, right? This person lied and this person betrayed you. So what about them taking their accountability before you can even think of entertaining them in your life, right? And I feel like you've worked really hard to heal yourself, to heal your way of looking at life and your way of trying to be optimistic and then falling back down. Sometimes having that inner conflict within your heart, like whether you should be so happy. There could be a sense of imposter syndrome, like whatever it is that you have currently, you don't deserve it, or you are not happy with it. And there could be a battle with that. Sometimes you are so happy and you're so elated, but other times you're going through it. Pile one. And your higher self sees that about you. But your higher self also sees that you keep getting back up no matter what. You keep thinking about what you can think about and what you can change within yourself to be able to go through this challenge wholeheartedly and go through it, to master your fears, to let go of your fears, right? So your higher self sees you and applauds at your strength. Pile one. Trust me, your higher self sees you as someone who they are so honored to be able to tag team with and share space with, and that you here in this 3D world are accomplishing so much due to everything that you have been through because of this person in your past, and you still having that big, generous, gentle, kind heart, right? Yeah, I'm almost like on the verge of getting emotional right now, pile one, because I feel like you've been through a lot, and your higher self is coming through to tell you that they are assisting you right now to change your perspective on life, to change your perspective on people. So if sometimes you feel like, you have a lot of energy, a lot of vitality, and you want to go and get things done, and there's a lot of passion and drive, and just that childlike enthusiasm like you already have, then that's your higher self helping you to do that, to achieve that once again, to get to that zone once again, to heal your inner child once again. And then there are times when you feel attached to the past, when you feel like, why did this have to happen to you? Why did you deserve this? You didn't deserve this. Pile a one, right? So there's this constant battle that your higher self is seeing you go through, but I feel like your higher self is helping you master this as well from the other side. So whenever you feel like giving up, whenever you feel like you don't think that you can get rid of this person, or you don't think that you have the strength to let go of the past, then call upon your higher self, call upon your spirit guides. They are here to assist you, pile one. And they cannot do so without your free will, right? So you have to ask and call on to them, call on to the higher energies, call on to the higher powers that you believe in. And they will help you, they will help infuse you with that love, with that light, with that beautiful energy. Okay? So let's get more on this. For pile one spirit, how does pile one's higher self see pile one? Okay, we have Knight of Voices. Hold on, pile. Okay, I was just checking if the camera angle is okay, because this is the first time I'm shooting on this table. So yes, and this has been possible because of your love, because of your views. So thank you so much for supporting me, my loves. Okay, so we have the Hanged Muse here. We have Two of Voices. Let's get a bit more. Pile 1, we have Three of Materials. Let's get a bit more. Pile 1, Spirit. How does Pile 1's higher self see Pile 1? How does Pile 1's higher self see Pile 1? How does Pile 1's higher self see Pile 1? Okay, we have the world, cosmos. Okay. Alright, at the bottom we have awakening. Alright. Okay. So Pile 1. How does your higher self see you? Your higher self sees you as someone who has brilliant ideas. Like, I see a winged horse here, I see a winged angel here. I feel like you get a lot of brilliant ideas. And these ideas come from the realm of the spirit. They come from the realm of your higher mind, of your higher self. And I feel like your higher self also feels that you're very connected to it. Even if sometimes you struggle or you go through some stuff, I feel like your higher self still is so glad that you connect to it. Okay, and that's because of your optimism, because of you focusing on self-reflection, because of you taking the time to heal yourself, right? You focus on the right things. Pile 1 is how your higher self sees you. And the ideas that you get are quite genius or quite brilliant at times. Okay, and I feel like the ideas that you get also make you enlightened, and you are someone who also changes your perspectives based on the ideas that you get from your higher self, from the divine realms. Like, you have a very, very open mind, Pile 1, unlike people in your past who have had a very, very close-minded, judgmental way of looking at the world. I feel like you have a very, very open mind, and the way you speak and the way you communicate also shifts people's perspectives towards new ideas and concepts that you come up with or you share with them. Okay, I feel like you have a lot of different kinds of ideas to different concepts, and it's very, very new to people. Like, it's very different for people, so there are some people who don't even understand it or don't get to the depth of it, but you are someone who, has confidence within yourself to share it with the world or share it with people that you know. Okay, and sometimes it could also cause you to feel like quite indecisive, because sometimes you get a lot of downloads or you get like a lot of ideas and you don't know which one to pick. Sometimes you get stuck in decisions because either all options or all ideas look brilliant, or you do not trust your intuition as much at times as well. Okay, so that's how your higher self sees you. Your higher self also sees you as a brilliant teammate or a brilliant person that can build a lot by collaborating with people. You're a great networker or a great person to collaborate with, especially when it comes to online business or doing something online. Like, if you uh, collaborate with someone and start a business online or do something online with collaboration, I feel like you will see a lot of success because of the kind of ideas that you come up with, or the kind of books that you read, or the kind of knowledge that you possess. I feel like some of you are also meant to share your experience with the world and what you've gone through and how you still struggle, because people want to hear that. Pile 1, like, people want to hear the vulnerabilities, of how you've always had to be optimistic no matter what, because if you didn't, there are people in your life who would fall apart as well, right? So there's a certain level of strength that wants to be shown, and I feel like your higher self wants to show it to the world. Like, I feel like pile 1, your higher self sees you as someone who can actually achieve global recognition. I'm not even kidding you. But for that, I feel like you also have to trust people and be optimistic to what that can bring. And sometimes that's difficult for you to do because of your past experiences. Because sometimes people have left you hanging when you have shared your ideas with them, or they could have tried to change your perspective when it comes to whatever it is that you have to share with them, right? Telling you that whatever you are sharing with them requires time, and then they leave you hanging, or they're not available when you want them to be available, or things like that, like, just leaving you hanging, just delaying circumstances for you so that you don't have a chance to do whatever it is that you want to do. And others could have been very critical towards you, towards these ideas. But these ideas are meant to come to life, and they are meant to come to life with people who resonate on your frequency. And for them to resonate with your frequency, you have to be authentic about who you are and share authentically about who you are, right? So that's something that your higher self is highlighting here, is that if that's something you're looking for, if you want a level of success that, even if it's not global success, it could be like an online business that you want to start, or you have an idea, you have some ideas coming through, that's your higher self, okay? And your higher self is giving you ideas so you can do something brand new with the time that you have. When you feel like things are not working out and you feel unhappy in life, transmute that energy into something different, into something that your idea wants to push you towards, right? And take that leap of faith, pile 1, right? Because I feel like you're going through an awakening, or you literally are an awakener, okay? Because we had that awakening card, remember? I'll show it to you. Awakening, right? And we have the world here. So it's like your voice is meant to also wake people up from their slumber or from their own sleep. And I feel like people who counted you out, or people who did not believe in you, they're going to see this come back and they're going to be shocked. They're going to be shocked as to what the hell is Pile 1 talking about. Like, how dare they try to do this, right? Because we rejected it. We rejected this idea. We did not want this idea to come about. We did not care about this idea. We don't think it matters, right? I'm picking up that bullying energy. Like, some of you could have been through bullying, right? But your higher self saw through all of it. And your higher self is like really, really proud of you. And your higher self is also here to tell you that they see a lot more potential in you than you see in yourself. And it's time to awaken that potential, pile 1. It's time to awaken that. It's time to awaken the different aspects of you that are lying dormant within you. And the dormancy is because of other people and their judgment and their criticism and their way of looking at the world, which does not matter to you. And it shouldn't matter to you anyway. Right? Wow. Okay. So I'm going to read a little bit from this deck here. Some of you numbers 5, 51, 9, 16 could be significant. 43 as well. Okay. So let's read the card Patience, because I really feel drawn to it. Okay. This card shows a beautiful angel holding a clock in stillness of winter. Her quiet, peaceful energy is telling you that it's time to release the old urgency and to look at things with a much clearer perspective. When this card is upright, it's telling you to relax and let go of a single-minded desperation that's been driving you. Don't try to force your will on only one option. When you think there's only one solution to satisfy your need or to make you happy, you are blocking many other potential solutions from coming your way. Let go of the anxiety and be flexible. Be patient, open, and creative. Choose to be peaceful in the present. The universe has more options than you may be aware of. Quiet your mind, broaden your perspective, and let them come through, right? So I feel like pile 1, some of you could be struggling with this aspect of yourself, which is to be patient with what you want to have in life. And so you could be going back and forth with your past person because you don't believe you can attract true love. Some of you are already on that healing stage, where you're processing your emotions, you're processing your feelings, and sometimes some days they are so hard, right? It's so tough. Other days you feel like the sun is shining brighter today, right? Like, yes, you're going through it, but at the same time, I feel like your higher self is coming through to tell you that this is the process of healing. When we fluff up spirituality, when we say that spirituality is all about love and light and, you know, unicorn farts, it's not, pile one. Okay? There has to be some very deep shadow work, some dark underworld journeys that we have to go through, especially as women in today's age, because, and even men for that matter, not that I'm discounting men in this, but I feel like women, especially because I can speak from the perspective of a woman, so I understand it much better, but men also go through this. And I feel like it's very, very important for us to be kind to ourselves during this phase and to not push onto what we want and how we want things to be when things actually can be better, or it can be much better than what it was in the past, right? So I feel like your higher self is asking you to pursue your goals with open receptivity, be patient and flexible, willing to receive in many surprising and imaginative ways, because that's what's happening for you, or that's what's about to happen for you. Pile 1. The universe and your higher self is ready to surprise you. But if you are in conflict with a part of you that is comfortable in the past, even though it's filled with conflict, versus a new future that's filled with everything you want on that timeline, then it's all about having faith within you and your higher self and having that level of patience to go through with it. And others of you are already in that process and you're mastering that yourself, right? That fine balance between divine timing as well as the law of assumption, and dancing with that, okay? Letting that evolve within you, okay? And evolve you through it, okay? So the zodiac signs I'm seeing for you, pile 1, is Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, Pisces, Libra again, we have Taurus, Aquarius, Leo, Scorpio. Scorpio is very strong here. We have Taurus again, Sagittarius, Aries, Aquarius, Cancer. All right. Wow. So this is what I have for you, pile 1. I hope that this reading brought a lot of clarity to you. Let me know in the comments, like, did you resonate with this? Did you are you starting a new life? Are you ready to begin this new life? Right? Because your higher self is right there with you, helping you heal through all of this pain and trauma that you're carrying from this past person, to be able to enter a whole new world after completing this cycle, right? So let me know in the comments. And you can check out the description box for my Patreon for exclusive content on pick a card readings, which is in my pick a card tier. And the other tier that I have is my alchemist tier, where I teach you how to alchemize your life, where I teach you how to heal on a practical level. What steps can you take to practically heal yourself through alchemy and through magic and through spell crafting and things like that, okay? So if you're interested in that, do check that out. I also have a lot of free content on my Patreon, so it would be great if you join me there. It's a beautiful soul family over there. All right. Thank you so much, pile 1. Check out the description box for my Etsy wishlist, for my Amazon wishlist, in case you would like to give back and donate to my channel. You can also check out my, did I forget something? Yes, Etsy shop link. So in case you want to book a personal reading with me, you can check out my Etsy shop link in the description box as well. All right. Do like, share, comment, and subscribe, my loves, and peace.
Hey pile 2, welcome to my channel. So I'll just spray some protection mist on myself. If you want to learn how to make this mist, you can definitely check out my alchemist tier on Patreon. Okay. All right. All right. So pile 2, let's tap into your reading. Let's see, how does your higher self view you? How does your higher self view you? Okay. How does your higher self view you? Okay, there's something coming up pile 2 about you. I feel like there's some tension or some chaos going on in your life currently, and your higher self acknowledges what you're going through, and your higher self is here to tell you that everything is going to be okay. Yeah, I'm feeling quite restless. I'm feeling quite nervous and excited, yet a bit aggressive, and so there's a lot of mixed emotions going on in your life currently. There could be something that's going on with you, and your higher self is asking you to stay calm so that you're able to resolve this issue, whatever it is. Okay. Calmness is very important. We have playing it safe. Okay, let's get more. We have the vast universe. Let's get more for pile 2 spirit. How does pile 2's higher self see pile 2? We have taking steps. We have the loving woman. And at the bottom of the deck we have degrees. Okay. Wow. There's a high level of agitation, pile 2, that I'm getting from your energy. And the reason for that is because I feel like you have been the most loving person, the most kind person, the most giving person in a situation or with a person, or even in life in general. Like, you have always tried to be the bigger person in situations and try to think of the best ways to go about things so that others are not affected by your decision, or you have tried to put yourself in a box that others put you in because it's how you extend your grace and generosity towards others, is what's coming through. But now there's a sense of agitation or a sense of backtracking to understand why have you been doing this, or what has it given you at the end of the day. Because you feel more drained than ever, you feel more depleted than ever because of this. That's what's coming through right here. Your higher self sees you as someone who is quite loving, quite generous, quite gentle with your heart, right? And I feel like your higher self also sees you as someone who's quite bold. You love to take risks at times because you have a lot of faith in the universe, you have a lot of faith in the cosmos, and so sometimes you have taken certain risks without listening to your gut feeling or intuition, or letting that aspect of you guide you, because that is what you believed was your faith in that particular incident or in those incidents, right? And I feel like you are frustrated with that. You're frustrated with the aspect of yourself that led you to do these things and not get anything in return, or come out empty-handed or come out short-handed, getting the short end of the stick, I'm hearing. And there's a level of frustration about that, is what's coming through. And your higher self sees you as someone who is getting frustrated because of having faith in the universe and the universe not delivering, or having faith in your higher self and your higher self not delivering in some way. So there could be some agitation, there could be some anger issues, because you feel like you followed the manual, or you feel like you did everything right that you could do, that's in the book, is what I'm hearing. Maybe you read a book, or you read a book about this, how can you manifest by being bold and by being someone who's courageous, right? And you did certain things, or you took certain decisions that were bold and that were relying completely on faith, and you did it with your heart, but either you feel like you lost out, or you feel like you did not get what you deserved. Okay, so there could be some energy of like feeling drained, feeling depleted, because you wanted a return or you expected something out of whatever this is. Okay, this could be a relationship that you're frustrated about because maybe you approached someone and that person rejected you, or that person did not reciprocate the way you reciprocated, and you felt depleted about it. Or this could be a past relationship where you poured a lot of your love into this connection, but it didn't turn out the way you wanted it to, right? It could be anything. It could be a career as well, something that you put your heart into because you were so excited about it, but there's something not working out about this. And I feel your anger and frustration, and your higher self sees this about you, and your higher self acknowledges this about you, and your higher self also acknowledges the fact that your higher self is also quite grateful that you took the steps, that you were bold enough to do these things. But at the same time, I feel like your higher self is asking you to not have such high standards when it comes to getting what you expect out of the situation or whatever it is that you're doing. Because I feel like the main thing about this whole reading that I'm picking up, that your higher self wants to convey to you, is that if you do it from a space of not expecting anything in return, or not attaching yourself to an outcome of what is going to happen after you put in this much effort or after you do this, if you do it with that intention, like, it's not going to work out the way you want to, because it's coming from a space of lacking that thing anyway, like, or of not having it anyway, right? So whatever, this could be applied to whatever situation you're in. Your higher self does acknowledge your big heart, like I said. Okay, you're someone who's quite bold, you're very courageous, but there's also high expectations from the universe because of how you're following the book, or how you're following the steps, or how you're following the manual to how to do everything the way you should do them, because either someone is instructing you to do it, and there could be a higher expectation because of that person instructing you, or because you know what I'm hearing, Pile, too, like, everyone's path is not meant to be for you, and you have to find your own formulas based on what you hear about everyone's path. Like, everything is unique to every person, okay, no matter what knowledge you're taking in. So you have to make your own steps and do what makes you feel comfortable and what makes you feel high vibrational, so that you can accomplish whatever it is that you want to, right? So that's coming through as well. I feel like your higher self sees you as having a lot of faith in the universe, a lot of courage, like I said, a lot of determination to go after what it is that you want to, right? And sometimes those decisions lead to a loss, or those decisions lead to a painful experience, and I feel like you have the courage to go through that. Okay, so your higher self is congratulating you for being courageous and for taking those risks, while many cower, over it, and many are cowards about it, while too. Okay, and I feel like there's a high expectation for reward when you're doing it, but you're doing it very analytically, or there's something about it being extremely, like, structured, like, this is what you want, and if you don't get this, then you are failing at this, or you're not getting where you want to go. Like, there's a lot of rigidity to how you want things to happen, like step 1, step 2, step 3, and this is how step 4 manifests. But that's not how life is, and that's what your higher self is also trying to teach you, is to be more flexible and be more malleable during these changes, while also co-creating with the universe, right? Some of you here could kind of have trouble with letting go and surrendering completely to the universe, and others of you could have the opposite problem of that, right? where you just surrender completely and you take very impulsive decisions, but at the same time you have high expectations based on those decisions as well. Okay, so take it how it relates. But your higher self also sees you as someone. Yeah, we have the attachment with the sun. um let's get a bit more and then I'll clarify. We have adjacent possibilities, and we have Queen of Coin, which is woman holding a coin, and at the bottom of the deck we have caring connections. Okay, so pile 2, how does your higher self see you? Your higher self sees you as someone who gets attached to people very quickly, right? So when you take those bold steps towards what it is that you are going after, you get attached to that outcome very quickly, or you get attached to that situation or person quickly, to the point where your own identity becomes a part of that person or that situation. And when you do that, when you attach your whole identity to that person or that situation or whatever it is that you wanted, and you don't get it, right? It's like it's hard for you to see the adjacent possibilities of what else is possible, what else is out there for you. Like your universe completely becomes like very small, and it's not vast anymore. Like there's just a little bit of options that you have left to do what it is that you want to accomplish. Now this could be in terms of, like I said, career. This could be in terms of love as well. I feel like some of you could also struggle with love. So whenever you have issues in your love life, you could focus a lot on your career, and when you focus a lot on your career, like you attach your identity to that career, to the point where you are not able to balance your love life, or you're not able to balance your family with your career. Like there's a lot of imbalance, and you could go to one extreme or the next. Like if you're in a relationship, then you focus completely on the relationship, and then your whole identity is based on that relationship. If you focus on money, the same with the money, right? Your whole identity is based on that. So what happens is your self-worth and your self-esteem takes a toll when you base your worth on these things, when you base your worth on love, or when you base your worth on money. And your higher self is here to kind of tell you how you can manage both and balance both, by also self-reflecting on what it is that makes you attach your identity to those people, or to those desires, or to those situations, when there's a vast universe and when there's adjacent possibilities to the steps that you can take for something different. Maybe the universe is redirecting you to something even better than what you are assuming is the best case scenario for you, right? So hold on, pile 2. Yeah, so there could be like a lot of limitations that you put on yourself, and your higher self sees that, and your higher self sees you struggling with that. And sometimes there's a lot of achievements that you can accomplish within a short span of time, because you attach yourself so much to something. But when those areas don't work out in your life, for example, if your love life doesn't work out, then you immediately could switch to your money, right? And when you switch to your money, and when that stops working out, then there's a sadness or a depression, or there could be some negative self-talk that can start to happen, where you feel like the intensity of that energy increases, and you don't know what to do. You don't know which step to take anymore, right? So you could get kind of confused about which option to choose, because you start limiting yourself, and you start feeling like you're not worthy of your blessings, or you're not worthy of love, or you're not worthy of money. And there's a lot of self-esteem issues that start cropping up, a lot of insecurities that could come up to the surface because of how you attach your identity to these things. And your higher self is asking you to look deeper into this, and for this you should do your shadow work, which the part 2 of this reading will clarify for you, which is how does your shadow view you, because that will give you a clear answer as to what is going on, why is this happening in the first place. Okay, That's how this reading will come full circle for you, pile 2. So let's get some tarot cards as well, to see like how your higher self views you right now. Pile. I feel like some of you, like, you feel that whatever decisions you have made until now, you need to revamp them. Maybe you need to stop caring so much, is what is coming through. Like, some of you could be on the verge of getting emotionally numb, or like you don't want to feel anymore. Some of you could be extremely focused and ambitious towards your money and your career, because that is what is going to fulfill you, and that there's nothing wrong in that, pile 2. There's nothing wrong in that. But your higher self wants you to also feel love, because you deserve it. Okay? And if there have been painful experiences with love in the past, then Spirit is saying that there are so many fish in the sea, is what I'm hearing, right? With the vast universe. Like, there are so many possibilities for you. But you could get stuck in attachments because of what you wanted and you didn't get it, and that could cause a lot of issues. And that could make you want to become numb emotionally as well. Okay? So that is something your higher self is asking you to look at, because you don't have to become emotionally numb and not to feel anything because you're sensitive, and that could be a curse. And maybe that's how your partners and people in your life have told you, that maybe you're too sensitive, or you're too loving, or you're too much, or you're too much, too this, too that, like whatever, you're too ambitious, you're too career oriented, you shouldn't do this, you shouldn't do that. And you could have like personalized that to the point where either you feel numb to it, or you feel like doing that extremely because now you need to rebel against that, is what's coming through. Yeah, because I saw the 7 of Wands right here. Okay, with the darkness. There's a lot of darkness around you, and you coming through from the light. But at the same time, it's like you're not able to open your eyes. Like, your eyes are beneath. You're not able to look at the light also that you are in. Okay, hold on, there's a lot of disturbance in your pile. Interesting. So you could have felt this, like you could have felt very frustrated and angry at the kind of people that have tried to like bother you on your path or disturb you on your path, and it's been annoying. Now this could be in terms of a love relationship as well. Like, there could have been people who could have been against a caring connection between you and someone else. Okay, and you have wanted to like tear down the darkness, like, you know, some of you could have felt really pissed off that you couldn't have this connection. 7 of Wands is coming through very strongly here. We have 2 of emotions, we have 2 of inspiration. Yeah, there was a decision that had to be made about a loving connection, so someone had to make a decision about this. Give me more on how your higher self is viewing you right now for pile 2. Give me more, Spirit, for pile 2. Bless me. All right, so we have 8 of materials, we have Queen of inspiration, we have 5 of voices, we have the world, cosmos, and we have 3 of materials and 5 of emotions. Yeah, a lot of grief that you have been processing while what's at the bottom? We have magician. Yeah, interesting. What's at the bottom beneath magician? We have empress. Interesting. There could have been like a mother figure who came in between you and a lover or someone that you wanted. Okay, your higher self sees you currently struggling to make ends meet in your life, because I feel like you're focused on a project or you're focused on something in your career, but it seems like you are struggling with making a breakthrough when it comes to what you're inspired to do. Because although you're inspired to work and you're inspired to make things happen in your life, because you have that level of confidence and that you know, energy and that boldness to do it, I feel like you're more focused on like people that are not listening to you, or people that don't want to pay attention, to what's going on with you. Okay, there could be a frustration with that, or there could be also bullying going on, where somebody is trying to bully you out of your position, or somebody is trying to like make you defensive or make you go on the defensive, even though they are to blame for things that they are doing to you or doing towards you. And I feel like the cycle is coming to an end. Pile 2. Okay, and the reason why this cycle is coming to an end is because you are meant to process the emotions that you have not been ready to face. Okay, I feel like you could be suppressing your emotions by either working or focusing on work, or focusing on what's going on, like the chatter around you, or people that are trying to bully you out of your position, or a relationship that was very, very painful for you because this person wanted to control you or always wanted to win or one up you in some way. Or there could have been people around this person influencing this person to go against you or to try to like hurt you. Okay, so this was like a major cycle for you to learn from with the world here. This is something that's meant to enlighten you and awaken you, and I feel like there could be some anger issues because of this, right? That's what I was picking up in your energy field. But you're learning what your true power is, what you hold in this situation. You're also growing through this situation. You're learning the importance of your emotions, when to give it, when to hold it back. You're learning how to balance your finances while you're going through these relationship struggles. You're also learning how to tame your confidence and not let it go overboard to the point where it angers you or it pisses you off. Okay, but at the same time, it's also something that's necessary when you have to stand up for yourself. So there's a lot that you're learning in this cycle, and I feel like your higher self is right there with you. Your higher self is here to tell you that your higher self sees you as someone who's very bold, very enthusiastic, very motivational. You're very confident in your skill. You are wild, okay, is what I'm hearing, pile. Okay, you're eccentric, you're different, okay, and your life is not like many others out there. And this is why sometimes you could feel like you go through a lot, okay, but the reason you go through a lot is because your life is not like anyone else, and you need to understand that. Okay, if there are people who are trying to bully you and wanting you to like take the bait, is what I'm hearing, like someone wants to bait you out of your position or take you out of what you have built until now, that's not going to happen. Okay, and the only way that won't happen is when you process your emotions and when you don't give in to your own temptations to react or to like respond aggressively, but not to the point where you also become emotionally numb. Like there's a balance that you are being asked to temper within yourself right now, and this will be helping you in being able to master those also inner voices that are defeating to you or self-defeating to you. Okay, and your higher self is with you throughout this process. Your higher self is with you, listening to you, and sometimes when you don't get what you want, it's for your highest good, it's for your protection. Pile 2. If you have wanted a person, if you have wanted a relationship and you didn't get it, or there was a person that you really cared about and you had to let them go, there's a very strong reason for that. Trust in the higher power, trust in your higher self. This is the time when your higher self is asking you for immense faith and trust within it. And I know that you are kind of maybe tired of hearing this, or you don't want to hear it. Like there's a lot of energy that's coming through here, but spirit is saying that your higher self is saying that I understand what you're going through, pile 2, and I empathize with you, and I understand how difficult the 3D can be sometimes, right? But I'm right here with you throughout these phases of your attachments, throughout these phases of you feeling emotionally numb, like you want to give up on love, you want to give up on certain things that you are so passionate about, and you know, there's a lot of emotions that are wanting to rise up from within you. There's a lot of sacred rage that is wanting to rise up from within you, and this is why you need to check out my part 2 on Patreon, which will describe to you exactly what your shadow self also wants to tell you and how does it perceive you right now. Okay, yeah, so pile 2, you could be a Leo, you could be a Virgo, Capricorn, Aries, Sagittarius, Libra, Taurus, Aquarius, Scorpio. Okay. Gemini, Virgo. Yeah, Aquarius is also quite strong. Okay. So your higher self sees a lot about you, and your higher self applauds you for being able to not just balance yourself emotionally and understand sometimes that you can have a short fuse, but also learning to temper and master your emotions to be able to then financially balance yourself and understand, like, if there's one opportunity that's lost and it frustrates you, there's better opportunities that are coming about that even your wildest imagination cannot imagine possible for you. Okay, and for that you will have to have faith in the universe. You will have to rid yourself of any egoic attachment that you have towards your desires. The more you practice that and start doing that, the less and less you are going to be affected by things that don't work out in your favor, or things that don't work out based on what you have wanted them to work out as. Okay, that rigidity has to be let go of, and I feel like you're learning that right now. There's a major cycle that is going to complete once you learn that, and I feel like the people that are your haters and people that want to see you down and see you drown literally, they are going to realize that they were always in a loss being your op. They were always on the losing end being your op, but at the same time they are also here to build you up. Okay, that's their job, that's their position, is to make you stronger, it's to make you into a better version of yourself. If there are rejections, if there are issues with you getting what you want, it's because it's building up that character within you to be able to handle when you have your manifestations, to be able to handle that, to be able to maintain that, right? So that's what's happening with you right now, pile 2. Okay, let me know in the comments, like, is this happening with you, pile 2? Okay, I picked up a lot of disturbances in your energy. I picked up a lot of people like trying to, talk over me, and like, outside my door, like I could hear people talking and disturbing me while I'm like, I want silence during my reading. So like, maybe there are a lot of people trying to reach out to you or call you or want you to do 10 different things, and you're not interested. And when you're not interested, you're also being called out certain names, or like, it's just a lot of things that's going on. And I feel like you're being asked to center yourself, to ground yourself, to find your center back again, to find yourself in silence. Okay, to ground yourself, very very essential right now, pile 2. So let me know in the comments, are you resonating with this? Okay, you can also check out my description box for link to my Patreon for exclusive content on how to learn about different kind of spell crafting and alchemy. Okay, that will be in my alchemist tier, where I teach you how to do it. You can also check out my pick a card tier, where you will have the part 2 of this reading, and the part 2 of this reading's link will be given in the description box below. You can also check out my Etsy wishlist and Amazon wishlist in case you would like to gift me tarot decks, oracle decks of my choice, of my which are my favorite. You can also check out my Etsy shop link in case you would like to purchase a tarot reading with me, a personal tarot reading with me. All right, so do like, share, comment and subscribe, pile 2. I hope you enjoyed this reading. I hope you got a lot out of it, and do check out the part 2 to come full circle in this reading. Okay, because that will give you a lot of gems and nuggets on what it is that you can do to work upon this aspect of yourself. Okay, thank you so much, pile 2, and peace.
All right, pile 3. So let's tap into your message for this pick a card reading. I'm just going to spray some protection spray on me. If you want to learn how to make this spray, check out my alchemist tier on Patreon. Okay. All right, so let's tap in. Let's see how your higher self currently views you. How does pile 3's higher self currently view pile 3? How does pile 3's higher self? We have transformation. Hold on. Pile 3 spirit. We have victim mentality. Pile 3. Okay, we have angels in reverse, angels of 4 directions. We have professional assistance, and we have playing it safe in the reverse. Okay. So let me just tune into this. Pile 3. Your higher self is currently watching you go through a major transformation in your life. This could be something very, very life changing for you. I feel like you could be going through um, an ego death in a sense, okay, for some of you. Some of you felt like you had a grip on something or on a situation, on a person, but it feels like things are slipping through, okay? And there's a very strong reason for that. The reason for that is that you have a habit of going at it alone in life. You have a habit of not asking for help because you want to have this strong exterior towards people, to not seem weak, to not seem vulnerable, to not seem like you ever go through anything. And even if you go through things, like you come out unscathed. So there's this habit, this pattern that you have. And at times, because of this, you could feel like a victim of life, victim of situations. At times, you could also get a bit angry at the divine, like, what's going on? Why I don't have a grip on this situation? But that's because pile 3, the universe, your higher self, is trying to teach you how to open up to people once again. And it's been painful, trust me, I understand. Like, you have had to let go of certain people, and there are some people that maybe you are still letting go of. And it's been a painful process. It's been a painful process of coming out of the shadow and of the darkness of what you had to go through because of a certain person that victimized you or made you into a victim of their toxicity. Pile 3. Okay? But is that going to be the narrative of your life? Is that what you're choosing to have as the narrative of your life? Because the more you do that, the more you are going to want to stay in a comfort zone and want to stick to safety at all costs, right? And whenever you are safe, whenever you are like in your comfort zone, you're not going to thrive, you're not going to grow, you're not going to learn major lessons, is what's coming through. And your higher self is with you in this process. Your higher self wants you to open up, wants you to share with people, wants you to be comfortable with the unknown a little bit more, is what's coming through. Because your higher self sees you have a lot of potential in terms of even your professional career, in terms of how you transform your own victim mentality, how you transform your own narrative and become the main character in your life. Your higher self wants you to be the main character of your life and to not give others the opportunity to steal that away from you. Okay? Yeah. I feel like your higher self also sees you as someone who's very, very brave and courageous when it comes to uh, leaving the past behind and understanding the lessons behind it. And sometimes, although it's hard for you, it's still something that you're learning. It's something that you're growing with. I feel like sometimes you do feel like, why is the world this way? Like, why do people have to do this? Or why do people have to hurt others or, damage others in such a way that it's hard to come back from it? And sometimes it can be painful, pile 3. Sometimes it can be messy, right? And whenever you're going through this process, it's hard for you to share it with others because you feel a sense of shame. Like you feel ashamed of sharing how you were a victim. And at times, because of that lack of sharing, you could be in that victim mind state by yourself, and you create that hell space within your mind of feeling like you're constantly not deserving of the best things in life. And there's a reason for that. There's a reason, because you're not worthy, you're not good enough. And your higher self is coming through to tell you that you are the best, that you deserve the best. Okay? I feel like the people that you are giving so much importance in your past, and the people that hurt you, and the people that damaged you on a certain level, I feel like these people are going to feel like a victim when you actually transform yourself, when you actually step out of your comfort zone. That's what your higher self is driving you towards. And kind of, it's been a bit tough even for your higher self to reach you sometimes. Okay? Is what's coming through. But your higher self still understands that, this human journey and process itself can be quite painful sometimes, and that your higher self has to also hold their ground unless and until you ask for help even from them, right? And they will descend for you. They will give you ideas. They will let you know what it is that you require and who it is that you require to get out of some kind of a mentally trapped space that you have kept yourself stuck in. Okay? So your higher self is asking you to let them know, like when you need their help, when you need their guidance, when you need their support, ask for signs from them, right? Ask for support from them. Like if you are in a situation which is very, very painful currently, for example, and you could be feeling like a victim of circumstance, like nothing good happens for you, nothing that you ever want comes into fruition in your life, you're actually creating that reality, right? And I feel like you will always keep attracting people who do not want to support you or who will shame you for what you share with them, because you let your past narrative and people in the past and what they did define your future. And that's what your higher self is like kind of cautioning you against. Like, don't do that, pile 3. Okay? It's not going to be good for you if you do that. Right? So let's see what else. How does your higher self view you? Now, some of you, your higher self also views you as someone who changes up the game a lot. So even though you could be going through some tough situations, like you need to transform a lot of the times. You need to change your circumstances. Um, you have this craving to get out of your comfort zone, and there's a reason for that, right? And you keep doing that, or you keep feeling like you need to do that. There's a very strong chance that that's your higher self guiding you towards what it is that you're meant to head towards. Okay, and it's mostly, I'm picking up a lot of financial success that wants to come through for you. Some of you could also need professional assistance in the near future, okay, for maybe filing paperwork, or um, if there's some separation going on, you might require a lawyer, or you might need to go to the court and, reparations for that, or whatever it may be, like whatever difficult circumstance you're going through. I feel like there is some kind of a professional who can actually help you with this. Maybe you need a therapist because you're not able to ask for help or connect with people, and you want to understand like what's going on with you, right? So you probably need a professional assistant. You could need a tarot reader to dive into um, your psyche, your mind, and understand like what spiritually is going on with you as well, right? Which is actually affecting your material reality and your mental peace. Okay. And your higher self has also guided you to this reading because your higher self really wants to connect with you kind of a bit desperately. I'm not gonna lie, because even though higher selves are usually not desperate, because they are like all knowing and they know what is best for you, and if you need them, they are there. If you don't need them, they're detached. Like they are, that's how they are. But your higher self is like, your higher self really, really loves you. It's what's coming through, okay? And they are very, very concerned, and they want to be of service and be of assistance to you because they have seen you go through a lot by yourself, okay? And it's been painful for even your higher self to watch you go through all of it by yourself. Okay? Yeah, so let's get more for pile 3 spirit. How does pile 3's higher self view them currently? Also, your part 2 of this reading, how does your shadow self view you? That reading will give you full circle answers as to what really is going on even with your shadow and your relationship with your shadow side, right? Yeah. So let's get more on this. We have the solar plexus chakra, which is the third chakra, Archangel Samuel. Then we have patience. Clarify the 4 directions in reverse. We have walking away. Okay. And what about this one, Spirit? The professional assistance. Ooh, that card literally like flew off. Okay, we have appreciation at the bottom of the deck. Give me a moment, pile 3. Ooh, we have the angel of love. I love that. Okay. Yeah, I feel like pile 3. There's a lot of seriousness in your energy, like even in your reading, the way I'm reading my cards, like I'm also appearing quite somber and like serious. Like maybe you were a very, very fun-loving person initially, right? When you let your inner child have fun, when you let your inner child thrive, when you did what you wanted to do, right? And there could have been some like painful lessons because of going through that. And I feel like you're just now learning to kind of bring back that essence, because maybe everything that you went through in life has caused you to shut yourself off from that aspect of yourself. Okay, that's what's coming through as well. So your higher self is encouraging you to do some inner child healing, some shadow work as well, as to what's going on with your shadow, right? Which is in the part 2 of this reading, by the way. And how does your shadow view you as well? But with the transformation and the third chakra, I feel like your confidence in yourself, your self-belief, and your power in yourself has always changed with times. That's how your higher self views you. You're someone who transforms your confidence based on the situations that you go through. And there are sometimes situations which make you feel powerless, which make you feel like the other person has the upper hand, even though they want nothing but the worst for you in your life, right? And you feel like you can't handle that. Or you attract people in your life who kind of want to take away from your confidence at times, or want to um, put you in a lower position, or embarrass you, or try to embarrass you for who you are, and your personal power as well is coming through. And I feel like you have had to have a lot of patience when it comes to developing your own internal confidence. And it's also been a painful process, because you have had to also walk away from certain people that were not serving your highest good, right? And I feel like you communicated with your spirit guides or your higher self, or you got that download that you were supposed to leave that situation long ago, but you stuck around because you felt like a victim of that situation. Or this could be going on currently as well. I feel like you let the other people's words and narratives become the main story in your life. And that story starts ruling you to the point where you start feeling like a victim, and then you start believing like you're a victim, and then you wonder, like, why are things slowing down in your life, or why are things not working out in your favor, right? And that's because somewhere, because of such people, you have also shut down your heart towards genuine people who will provide you that level of assistance and appreciation and love that you're looking for. But that past narrative of being a victim and allowing others to hurt you plays such a major role in you not letting other people in, or not letting new people in, to the point where it can get really lonely at times. Okay, and your higher self sees that about you. Your higher self also sees you mastering a lot of patience when it comes to your own victim mentality, or also people around you. Maybe there are people around you who also behave like, whenever things go wrong, like they lose their mind, or like they feel like they don't know how to contain themselves, or there's a lot of emotional um, uproar about it, or not being able to contain their emotions. This could also have happened in your family as well. And this could be like something generational that you're breaking. And since you're doing it alone, it's also causing more of a burden on you. This is like a generational or family bloodline thing where there could be a lot of like playing the victim or feeling like a victim of situations and of life itself. Okay. And your lesson is to open up to new experiences, new people, new situations, new hobbies, so that you can meet the people, the right kind of people who are on the same level of mindset as you are, or a similar level of mindset as you are, so that you can attract the right kind of energies in your life. Okay. And if there have been people in your life or influences in your life who have perpetuated this pattern in your life, it's very, very essential that you walk away from them. And if you already have walked away from them, I feel like there's a lot more blessings that are coming your way because of you having the courage to do this. Some of you could be going through Saturn return right now, and it could be difficult. Okay, so extend grace to yourself right now, pile 3. Okay, yeah. So I feel like there's a lot of people that are waiting to appreciate you. Like, that's what your spirit guides and your higher self has lined up for you. A lot more people appreciating you, a lot more people assisting you and helping you and loving on you and cherishing you. But if you keep staying in the comfort zone of wanting to be stuck in the past narrative of you being the powerless person, or you being someone who never gets anything that you want because that's just how life treats you, right? Then that is going to keep continuing and playing out in your life. Okay, so let's get more. um some of you literally need a break or a vacation, or if because that will give you like a fresh perspective or a reset button. Like, some of you really need that, and your higher self is coming through to tell you that you're going through a huge ego death process. You're letting go of this old version of you that held on to things, that was way too sensitive, that was in a way allowing other people to define your life for you. And now you are about to define your life for yourself. You are about to redirect the story of your life to what you want it to be. And during that change, it's like a serpent shedding its skin, right? That's what's happening with you, and it is a painful process. Okay, like for example, when a caterpillar turns into a butterfly, it has to go into this cocoon, and it literally goes through a very, very painful process before it can become a butterfly. It can actually grow wings, right? So you're going through that process right now, and I feel like there are multiple scenarios where you go through this transformation process. Pile 3. There have been multiple times in your life where your personal power has been threatened, where your identity has been threatened, where your attraction level, your magnetism level has been threatened, because there are some people in your life who either want you to remain a victim so that you are easily controllable, or they always want to see you down because they feel threatened if you come up or if you do something better than them, right? And they also deal with their own scarcity mentality anyway. So you dealing with them, it's like their karmas are influencing you, right? Yeah. So let's get more. How does pile three's higher self view them? How does pile three's higher self view them? We have Ace of Materials, while we have Nine of Inspiration in reverse. Lovely. I love that. Okay. Give me more spirit for pile three. How does pile three's higher self view pile three right now? Okay, we have Two of Inspiration, while Knight of Materials, we have the Fool. Yeah, I love that. Okay. So pile 3. How does your higher self view you? We have the 6 of voices at the bottom. Okay. So your higher self views you as someone who is very, very resourceful. And when you have to become like a rich or a successful person, you're not supposed to be born with a silver spoon and, gain all the luck and the favor in the world. And because those people, just let's be honest about it, Palchi, those people are also lucky in their own way, right? But you also need to know how to be resourceful with the time and the money and the resources that you currently have, that you already have, and how to make the best use of that. That is how your higher self views you, is someone who is extremely resourceful with their time, with their energy, with their money. Okay, you have the Midas touch is what I'm hearing. So whatever you touch turns to gold. Your solar plexus chakra is something that's being highlighted here by your higher self. Stepping into your personal power, knowing your worth, knowing your value. Okay, being the center stage, not being afraid to shine, not being afraid of being successful, not being afraid of being vulnerable, letting people know you, letting people see you, letting yourself shine because of your resourcefulness, because that's what you're meant to experience in this life. That's what your higher self has prepared for you because you deserve it, right? And your higher self views you as someone who can make it happen, okay? Can do this for yourself. And I feel like for you to be able to do this, there's a certain level of passion and inspiration that wants to come through in your life. And this passion and inspiration will come through someone else. There's another person that's going to be put on your path by your higher self. And this person is also going to match your level of resourcefulness, your level of wanting to take a new leap of faith towards something brand new, being bold with it, being courageous with it. Because again, you are meant for transformation. So if something was lost, there is a lot more to be gained than what was lost. That is the mentality that your higher self wants you to embody from here on out, from this reading onwards. No matter what was lost in the past, every new risk that you take towards your passion, towards your goal, towards what it is that you're resourceful about because you're passionate about that, your higher self is going to multiply that. That is a promise from your higher self to you. But all you got to do is open your heart to people once again. Okay? That's something that's crucial here. Because some of you could be struggling with that in this process because you've been through a lot, let's be honest, you've been through a lot, and it's scary to let people into your life and open up and be it can also be scary because somewhere you don't know how that person would react or how that person would judge or criticize or whatever, and you've been through that enough, right? So there's a level of hesitancy in doing that. And spirit is saying take baby steps. Your higher self is like, take baby steps. Okay, you don't have to climb the whole mountain in 1 hour, right? Or in one day, whatever. Take baby steps towards this, and you will be able to see the far-sighted energy of how fast you can throttle towards your new beginning, towards your new life, towards your new goals. Some of you could be traveling as well, okay? Or your higher self sees you as, because I'm seeing this as your higher self and this is you on their finger, right? And I'm seeing a mountain here as well behind. Um, and I feel like your higher self is just guiding you towards a peaceful shore, I'm hearing, okay? To calmer waters. So if you have faith in your higher self, if you believe in your higher self enough, there is no mountain that will be difficult for you to climb. Pile 3. And your higher self really wants to inspire you because you deserve a lot more than what you are giving yourself credit for. Okay? You have the far-sighted energy. You have the level of determination. There's a new financial opportunity that could be coming your way very soon. And this will be given to you by your higher self. so that you can be moved from this victim mentality situation where you feel like a victim, where you feel like you're trapped, where you feel like you're not happy, to a situation which will make you extremely happy, content, fulfilled, appreciated, loved, assisted by other people. That is the reality you're meant to step into. And for that, you need to shed this old layer, this old skin of people always sabotaging you, or people taking away your personal power, or trying to embarrass you, or put you down, or make you ashamed of yourself, or whatever, because of how much you transform, because of who you are. Not everyone is meant to be on your path, and some people teach you who to not have around in your life when your true blessings come in, right? Some people are just teaching you that, like, period, point blank. And I feel like that's what you're learning right now. Okay, we have Queen of Voices in reverse. Yeah, feel like you could have felt very cold-hearted, even towards love or towards opening up to people, because of people maybe trying to compete with you or wanting to argue with you, or yeah, because of the level of power you hold, pile 3, and that in a way terrifies people. That terrifies people. Like, if you gain power after what they have done to you, it terrifies those people. And that is why they keep hitting you where it hurts, so that you don't get back up. But now's your time, pile 3. Your higher self is like, now is your time. Step into your courage. Step into your fearlessness. Step into your determination. This is the key to get in touch with your higher self. Follow your heart. Follow what it is that's calling you, even if it scares you, even if it intimidates you, even if it feels like you're feeling breathless about it. Like, you know, I'm taking it to an extreme because I feel like your higher self is coming through with that message. Like, you really need to be fearless to step into this, so that you can manifest the beauty of the next level of your life. Okay. And of course, you need to do some shadow work as well, and some inner child reading. So if you want to book a inner child reading with me, inner child healing reading with me, check out my Etsy shop link below. Okay, you can book a personal reading with me. I can deliver your reading within the next 2 to 3 days, right? And if it's an emergency, within a few hours to 24 hours, right? Yeah. So the number 37, 16, 49, 27 could be significant for you in terms of age. The number 7, 6, 9, 4, 3, 1 could be life path numbers, 2 as well. Okay. Yeah. Zodiac signs I'm seeing for you is Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, Sagittarius, Aries, Aquarius. Okay. Aries, Aquarius is very strong here. Gemini, Libra. Okay. Leo, Aries again. All right. So these are the signs I'm seeing for you, pile 3. If you want to check out my exclusive content on Patreon, check out my pick a card tier, where I post 3 to 4 pick a card readings every month, and we dive deep into like very ethereal topics, okay, topics which are very unconventional. We tap into that on my Patreon. Then I have my alchemist tier as well, where you can learn how to alchemize your life, how to do alchemy with any kind of situations. So for example, if you have felt like a victim for a very long time, my alchemist tier teaches you how to empower yourself with that victimhood, to the point where your own personal power will rise to another level, because you will do that healing work. Okay, you will do those practical steps to heal yourself on a spiritual level, which will trickle down into the physical. Okay, and I teach you how to do that on my alchemist tier. You can learn from me how to do this. Okay, you can also check out my Etsy wishlist and my Amazon wishlist in case you would like to donate tarot decks and oracle decks to my channel, which I can use to help other clients, to help you guys through my tarot readings as well. Okay, and if you would like to donate to this channel, you have super thanks below, or you can donate through my PayPal as well. All right, and for any of the personal readings, you have my Etsy shop link below as well. Okay, So pile 3, if you stuck around until now, leave a flower emoji below, any flower emoji, and I'll know that you have seen the reading until now. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I wish you all the best for this beautiful reality that you're about to step into. And I definitely recommend you check out the part 2 of this reading, which will be given in the description box below. Alright? So thank you so much, Pile 3, for tuning in. I hope you got a lot of clarity out of this reading, and peace.